A couple things with our team. 3 things that stood out for me. We had 4 things: 77 deflections for the game, 33 in the first half, 44 in the second half. 7 different times we had 3 stops in a row, and we were +7 in the 50-50 balls. And the other great stat is we had 26 assists on 36 made field goals. Okay, that's a really good thing. I felt we didn't do a good job on that in the Bahamas. Moving the ball, making the extra pass. I've been a big believer in the open man's a go-to man. So continuing to making the extra pass is a big thing. So with that, I was really proud of the guys. A double-double for Shaq. We had good energy. Joe and Chris Crawford, 12 assists. 12 assists combined to 2 turnovers was really good. And so besides that, it was a good win for the Tigers.
Everybody else were negative this week?
Well, no, it's not that, Jeff. You know what it is? There's so much negativity, and it drives me. I cannot stand negativity, and I understand. You don't think I'm disappointed when we lost the games in the Bahamas? I'm sick about it, because nobody wants to win more than I do. Nobody. But what my thing is that for people that it's okay to be. I love the passion. But when the negativity, I can handle it. I'm not. What it does is I don't want it to affect our team, because these are young guys, and you're constantly telling these guys, hey, it's a long season, and people had made it like the season's over. I mean, let's remember here, we were a couple possessions off from Minnesota. We should have won the game versus Minnesota. We cost ourselves the game. We didn't make free throws. Bottom line, if we had made some free throws, we'd get the run. We had a horrible first half versus VCU. I promise you, we worked for 3 weeks against the press. For 3 weeks. Before they even knew before we were preparing for Sanford, we were preparing for VCU without telling them. We were playing 6-on-5 and 7-on-5. Out of nowhere, we just played poorly. We had a bad first half. We had a chance to come back, and we missed a rebound. And so, Jeff, I do understand. I get it. Like I'm a realist. My thing, and I've always said this, and because I'm probably the most accessible coach in the country, I always say, hey, if you want to, you don't ever have to agree with me, but I always believe you should call me if there's an issue, if you want to, so I can get my side and speak my spot. And I always believe that if you want to come watch a practice, Jason's the only one that comes watch practice. Come watch a practice. Come watch a practice. Come see what we do. You tell me if we're not having the guys ready to go, or those are things that I believe in. So, I just don't like. I don't do well with negativity.
Do you think your players?
I can hear it. It's okay.
Do you think your players responded well to everything? It appeared that they did.
Yeah, they did, and they did, and I thought the guys played hard. That doesn't. I was just glad of our energy, and Jeff, I'm a realist. As much as I'm an optimist, I'm also a realist, and I know I wouldn't trade our coverage. I wouldn't trade our intensity of the fan base than anything. But as I've said, and the media has been great to us, and I don't take that for granted either. My thing is as everyone has my cell phone. I'm a 24/7 guy. You can pick up the phone and call me. Hey, what's going on with the team? Give me your thoughts. Why is this or that? That way you can maybe hear our side of it. That's my thing about it all. Okay, and I know I'm getting the cut signal from Bob, but so I need to focus on the game. But that's just been under my crawl for the last 72 hours. So I just need to get that off my chest. But anyway, so anyway, with that. We'll be ready to go. We got a tough game next Wednesday, and we just got to continue to get better. We're going to continue with the little mental boot camp that we did, and we'll go from there.
Joe was under the impression that there's no question that Tarek will be back. He had great faith that Tarek will be back. I take it you have great faith that Tarek will be back.
I'll meet with Tarek tomorrow, and once I meet with Tarek tomorrow, we'll have a decision on what we need to, what happens. We will know tomorrow. We'll have a resolution 100% tomorrow. This will not go past tomorrow. I can assure you that.
Your gut feeling, though? as far as Tarek?
You know what? I gave him time to think about it, and he's got to decide. You know, as my thing is my on the wall, 2 feet in or 2 feet out. So, and he knows that. And I would like, you know, of course, I would love for him to be back, but that's not, you know, I can't decide that today. He's got to meet with me tomorrow. We'll decide on that tomorrow.
Are you, just to follow up to that, are you at all surprised a player like Tarek is going through, I guess, whatever it is he's going through? Are you surprised at his reaction?
No, I mean that's just part of life. I wasn't surprised. I just felt that I think people made it bigger than it is because I could have tried to hide it and not tell anybody and cover it up, but I was proactive on it, wanted to be up front, because in fairness to everyone here, because you know I believe you guys, everyone has done us right with coverage. So in fairness, I want to be fair to everybody else. So I didn't think it was that big of a deal. I just think that it kind of gets, you know, going on its own because it came off of the Bahamas. We didn't play real well, and there was a lot of negativity in the last few days. And partly we didn't play well, so we had earned the right to have some of that too. But I think this is just normal throughout the process, throughout any team. Things happen like this.
All these kids tonight played hard. You played an inferior opponent, but they all played hard.
No doubt.
Is that because they had a chip on their shoulder, disappointment from what happened, or is this what we're going to see from here on out? Is there something that happened in these practices since you came back that has changed the attitude of this team?
You know, Greg, I really hope that they can play like they did tonight. I believe we have a chance to be a really good team. I've said that. It's early. It's a long season, a lot of games left. All of our goals in front of us are still intact. And so with that, I hope we can continue. I expect us to continue to play like we did today. I mean, next Wednesday versus Ohio is definitely a better opponent, but we will have to be ready to play that same way. And if you play that same way, as I told our guys, we had to earn the right. We had to get the crowd back tonight, and that was on us. It was not the crowd's responsibility, wasn't the media's responsibility to kind of get us going or write good. We were going to have to earn that tonight. And I told the guys, you can't come in here thinking we're going to get any energy or going to get a lift from the crowd. It's going to have to be on us, and you're going to have to earn that back. And I said, I don't care if you dive 6 rows into the bleachers or whatever you need to do, whatever needs to be done to bring that energy back. And kind of the old movie theme of The Gladiator, when the guy's telling Russell Crowe, you know, the guy with the beard, and you know, Eli, you look like a movie guy. You might know on The Gladiator what I'm talking about. Great movie, but win the crowd, and that's what the guy said. The guy said, if you want to get your goals, you need to win the crowd. You need to be a showman. And I told the team that you've got to win the crowd tonight. You've got to win the crowd. And I said you got to win you got to win it all, and we've got to earn that right back.
Coach, dealing with negativity, do you think that's the most difficult part of being?
No question, 100%. Because what happens is everyone's boom, 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 and what it does is just circles it, and everyone's talking and this and that, and you're trying to keep it out of the team constantly, but you can't cover them for 24/7. You know, you can't shield them from it. But these are young guys, and not everybody has my attitude. So that's part of it, and that's why I go back to wearing loose fit clothing. You know, not everyone's going to be as chippy as me at times, but I also believe when you're positive, you have a better chance. Because I felt today we were really positive. We had really good practices. Guys were upbeat. And that's why we played like that, and that's a critical thing for our success. I mean, it's a real simple formula for us, and that's a big thing.
Did you actually reference it, Gladiator?
I didn't reference the Gladiator, but I used that as we got to win the crowd over from the movie The Gladiator, because I was going to say, guys, that we got to be like the Globetrotters in a sense tonight. That we've got to win the crowd back. We got to earn their right back tonight, and for everybody.
Toward the end, it got a tad sloppy, and you put Joe and Shaq back in, and then Adonis back in. Looked like you wanted the blowout, Coach, or is it just energy level high?
I just wanted to keep the energy level high. I mean, we were subbing a lot, and I went deep in the bench, but I just wanted to make sure we kept that, just to keep that energy going. I didn't want to lose any momentum on the energy.
Joe talked about being really comfortable playing the two, being able to play free, play more on instinct. Is he a full-time two now?
Right now, I'm going to keep Chris at the point and keep Joe off the ball. But those guys can be interchangeable. Look, right now Joe's had 2 pretty darn good games, and as had Chris, and it's been a switch. So that's been part of that.
How did you think Shaq played tonight? What do you see from him going forward?
I think Shaq's going to be really good. He had a double-double, and he barely scratching the surface. He could have had 20 rebounds if he grabbed him with 2 hands half the time. I mean, he's scratched the surface.